So, what I'm going to do is talk about
Yep,
the
negative
inside
21,
seven
exactly.
squares puzzle, the answer to it, as a matter of fact.
No, but
Now,
actually, if you
the
think
final
about it this
answer
way, yeah, you're right. If
involves
you thought it was like maybe it went up
keeping
7, and if it
track
went up 7, you
of,
would have
or
done it
trying to
negative
figure out
7.
what the pattern is. We
And
know that
that's
this
why we
inner
discussed it, and that's why
square,
I
based on what they
really
tell
that's why
us,
I'm having
this one
another
right
practice
here
for you
in
today.
green, has an area of 1.
Well, depending on the time.
We
of the
also
problem.
know that
So I
this,
really
these,
want to take our time on this so you really are comfortable.
the squares that are inside,
All right.
are bisecting or cutting into two of these
Luca, go for
pieces,
it.
which means that these things are congruent. Now, one way to look at this is, if these are congruent, you kind of can visually kind of fold this in. So if you fold in all these corners, then it turns out if you fold these all in, it's kind of difficult to see there, but what it means is that the area of these pieces
Yeah, you're right. So
on
how
the
did you,
outside
like,
are
what
the
kind of
same
stroke
as the
did you
area
do?
of
Did
this.
you do 12 minus
So
8
what
and
that
make a negative, or
means
did you
is,
do
if
a
you're
number line,
looking
or what did you
at
do? Okay, so
the
he's starting here at 8.
inner square,
And I tend to be kind
which
of
is
like
at
a little
1,
about it. Just
that
go,
would mean
okay,
that
went
the
8
outer
down,
square
now another 4 down. So here I have a negative 4.
would be
out of the total of
equal
minus 12.
to 2.
That would be fine.
So
Yep,
the
there you
inner
go.
square
Okay, good
has
stuff.
an area
And number lines are
equal to
perfectly fine. You
1.
don't necessarily have to do
The
all
next
the halves
square
along,
has an
but if you
area
need to do the
equal
halves, please
to
do.
2. Reason being
Okay.
is, if you add
Right.
these pieces, each of these pieces is the same as the inner, which is 1, plus those, which is, those are 1, plus the one that's already there for the inner.
Mhm.
Using the same logic, it means that the outer
Exactly, and that
pieces
would be
here,
kind of like
I'm
the
going to go ahead and go
rule,
with
like
blue
you subtract
here.
the small, you have to
So
subtract
this
the
next
smaller number from the
square
bigger, even if it ended up
is
dropping
going
12,
to
and then you
be,
had to switch it
well,
just like
these
you said.
pieces
As long
are
as you
going to be
remember
the same as
switch,
the
you
red,
don't
so
do
that's
that.
2, plus the red,
Still 2.
which means the area is
Okay, and by the way, our first
4.
communication is going to be to explain some
So if you
different
keep
ways to
working
do
your way
things
out,
and to show different methods.
run
So
my
it's
colors
good
out
that you're
here until
using
I
at
about run
least
out of colors.
2 or 3 methods, so
Right?
it'll be a
This
sort of
purple
communication.
square
Yeah, Zoe, go ahead.
is going to have an area of, well, what's the pattern? 1 to 2 to 4. So we're adding 1, we're adding 2, we're adding 3. No. 1 times 2 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 8. Which then means, if we're looking at the yellow square, that yellow square would have an area of 16. No, that's not a lot of contrast, I understand. So if I can pick another color here, we got orange. So now we're going to say that this here is going to be equal to 16 times 2 is 32, which means that the outermost square,
And that would have worked except
let's go with
you added a
black. It's already done black.
positive
The outermost square is going to have an area of 64.
Yeah.
Don't stop there, though.
Yeah,
It asks what is the total area of the 4 outside triangles that are bolded. So that means we're talking about this triangle, this triangle, and this triangle. There's 2 ways to arrive at that answer. Those triangles are equal to the area of the next square, which is the orange square. So you could say that that area is 32, or you could say that, okay, the area of the big square is 64. You subtract the next square, 64 minus 32 equals 32. Either way, the 4 triangles
So, and I like that Luca kind of showed that you could do this in 2 different ways. That's
have an
kind of
area
for, your first
of
communication. Anyway.
32. Now there are other ways to do this. You can kind of use a scale. Okay, if this is this by this, and you'll soon discover that you're going to get darn close to this answer.
Or
Maybe you came up with a different way, but in the end, you come up with right around 32.
harder ones, the
Thanks.
more tricky ones.